Shh. Stop, man. Stop moving.
Live on the edge, 'cause brother, win or lose, it's all in what you do with the chance you're given. Yeah, through the wind and rain, you feel your heart pounding. You got one shot, what you got? Tell me what's it gonna be? You gotta make the most of this opportunity. If others fail, make sure you succeed. On the edge.
The Edge is sponsored by Cabela's and also by Bog Pod, Browning, Buck Expert, Caldwell, Field Torque Knives, Prime Archery, High Mountain Seasonings, HowToHunt.com, Hornady, Polaris, 10-Point Crossbows, Wild Game Innovations Trail Cameras, and Vortex. Corey Cook is a recognized elk caller and a successful elk hunter, 11 kills in 11 years.
Hello.
Hey,
Hi, Ryan. Here, Corey.
yeah,
Looks
nice
like
to meet
you're really ready to go.
Yeah, I've been waiting for a little while.
Looks like you've arrowed a few bulls in Alberta, that's for sure. These are all archery bulls?
Yeah, for sure. Everyone, yeah. I've been pretty lucky over the years.
We think some of that luck can rub off on me?
I'm sure hoping. No guarantees, but I'm definitely hoping.
Today, Ryan and Corey are gearing up to hunt elk in Alberta's Rocky Mountains.
We're going on an archery elk hunt. We're going early into an area in the Rocky Mountains that's just unbelievable. So there's lots of elk in that area. I don't know if they're going to be bugling heavy yet, but they should be with some cows. They're starting to at least come down to the cows.
That's the smaller bull, I think. So you want to suck him into all this.
Ryan's never successfully killed an elk.
It seems to be my nemesis. I've got a black cloud over my head when it comes to bull elk. I've done everything you could possibly do besides get one. Where we're going is going to be, mountainous, probably looking at around 5,000 feet.
Oh, you can see the snow on the peaks up there. It's pretty cool. Yeah, it's just a beautiful scene.
You're going to be climbing, every morning, trying to get above the elk and then hunting down on them.
We might have to get more aggressive after this bull because he's not moving. I think we're going to have to move in on him.
Some of the challenges when you're hunting elk, they have a great sense of smell and they can see forever.
It was getting very difficult to walk. So we decided, let's try the easy way down on our bums.
You're going up a pretty steep slope and then you come down and the legs are burning and you got to take a little break. So hey, why not just do the little slide, like the penguin run.
Nice little 4x4 whitetail. Just dropped his horns here. It's kind of neat. It's about, I'd say maybe a year old at least, but kind of a neat find. There's great whitetails in here too, so you never know what you'll find in the wild.
I hear this whistle. And I'm thinking, why is he whistling?
I can smell death. Just be ready.
He says, there's a kill here. I can smell it. And I said, yeah, I kind of smell something too. He says, just get ready. It is a scary thing. You don't know if there's a bear on it or a wolf or whatever it may be.
I got to about 40 or 50 yards and I could smell it.
Yeah, there's been a bear here.
That's a spooky thing because you're not sure what's going to be around the corner. You're not sure if there's going to be a big grizzly bear, with his head buried inside a rib cage or, a pack of wolves or whatever.
I think that's why there's wolves and stuff at the bottom here, eh? Because they were eating on this. Anyway, let's get out of here. This isn't a stick around place. Let's go.
You have to avoid them kind of situations, and we took the best precaution we could, so we just veered off away from where the kill was, and just totally avoided the area, because them situations, seriously, you could get hurt.
I mean, that's how a hiker would get attacked by a grizzly bear. If you hunt, you recognize the smell of death.
Yeah.
And it's an instant smell. You know, I was 40, 50 yards away and I smelt it.
Right.
And that might have been the difference between us getting attacked or not, right? Because all of a sudden we're ready. That got my heart going, like, for real. Yeah, no, I mean, like, you know, when you're walking up into a carcass, anywhere in the mountains that, you know, you have a chance of running into what could be the biggest grizzly bear you've ever seen in your life. That could have been a bad situation right there. That could have been super crazy.
Coming up,
But there's different techniques, different calls, different sounds they make to get them in bow range.
I think there's two. Answered right away.
Oh yeah, he's coming.
Corey Cook, who is my guide on this trip, and he's probably the best caller I've ever heard. He's an amazing elk calling machine. This guy can call elk like nobody's business. I'm hoping that he gets that black cloud wiped off of the face of the earth. He says he's gonna release the hunter within, so whatever that means, I don't know.
He's just nailing it, just putting out the most wonderful calls. And I mean, the elk are responding. And so we're in the money. We just gotta get close. And that's the hardest part.
Not only are the calls really, really good, but he's saying the right things to the animals to get them to respond in sort of every little situation.
It's difficult. Everybody thinks, you know, you bugle them in, but there's different techniques, different calls, different sounds they make to get them in bow range.
You think there's two? We got two bulls. Just answer. There's one bull here, and I think one bull behind us. This bull hasn't moved. He's just calling back. Corey's calling 40 yards back. I'm not sure if they're coming yet, but he seems to think they are. A real good tip is to just stay focused and walk as much as you can. Just walk. Get into one bull, call that area, you know, wait a little while, see if something responds, but then you got to get on your feet and you got to walk to the next bull. And it might be, you know, 2 kilometers or 3 kilometers. Sit in that bull, call a little bit, see if you get lucky, see if they respond. Going through this forest is so cool because you can just see the light kind of peeking through everywhere, and you can sneak through so nicely. Or an elk coming in here bugling and walking through this would be a picturesque kind of a thing, you know, like it's a cool forest for sure.
the sounds in the forest make it hard to listen for elk movement.
There's some cows up there on the outside.
Oh, I see now, right there. Okay.
When they finally spot an elk, it's too far away.
Yeah, I see him now.
Majority of the time you need at least a 20, 30 yard shot, and if you don't get that, guess what? You're not getting an elk.
They just keep moving further away, which kind of blows, but that's just the way it goes with these elk.
The herd bull is always the toughest elk to hunt. He just takes his herd and runs. If there's another couple extra bulls in here right now, he'd be pushing them off, but nothing's really giving him any competition. He's got the girls right now, so he's laughing.
But Ryan may not be the only hunter in the area.
Track right here.
Another predator has left his mark.
Cat has 4.
Yeah.
So this cat.
Okay, that makes sense.
With signs of another predator in the area, things are not looking good for Ryan.
How come you haven't called in a bull elk yet?
I'm not too sure. Because you got that cloud above your head. That black cloud.
I don't know what it is about me and elk, but it seems to be one of the tougher ones for me to put an arrow into.
Okay, teach me how to use this thing.
Okay. Got the reed?
Yeah, I got the reed.
Stick it in your mouth.
Now what?
You blow on it.
I'm gonna choke on it.
The guy's hilarious.
Not bad for calling coyotes.
Not bad. A couple more years, you'll get it.
My calls are just not there.
Now you sound like a dog that's been hurt.
What are we gonna do now?
Well, we're gonna hike down this hill.
Still to come,
That's the same bull.
Yeah.
What a scene. Look at this scene.
He's on that cow.
Listen to him. He's just ripping bugles.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
it's a new day, and as the sun comes up, Ryan tries to call in a bull elk. And the elk are listening.
Oh man, this thing's coming right into us.
What we try and do is we'll try and cow call and bugle and then move up 40 to 60 yards. That way it acts like you have a caller behind you at 40 or 60 yards. Wait to see if something's coming in. If nothing happens, try it again. That way when the bull's coming in, he's coming to the sound that you made behind you, and he's not coming directly to you.
We busted him. He ran. Too bad.
As the sun continues to climb, Ryan and Corey move deeper into the forest, and Ryan's unlucky black cloud keeps hanging over him.
We're gonna try and go on a couple of spots that I know that have some elk, and we're gonna hunt, just the two of us. It's a little tougher to get a shot because you got to get the bull to come right to you. So we're gonna toss on the face paint and get as serious as we can for the next 3 days because I'm gonna be done after that. And if I can't get one, I don't have an elk. So.
He's right there. It's a big animal. 62. 62 yards, I can get him. I can get him from here. Okay, here we go.
What's going on, Ryan? Come on, let's go. He's kind of a mad scientist with the decoys. He loves using them. Those Montana decoys, they're great. And he likes popping them out and putting them up. He's good. He's just a happy guy and fun to be around, and it's a good time.
We get down this game trail, we're heading down this game trail, we stop, and we're on this ridge, and all of a sudden, we get this big bugle.
Finally, they spot an elk.
We look down and we've got the cows coming through, the bull is chasing the cows.
Oh my God, that is so crazy.
Oh, he's a nice 6.
We're sitting on this hill, looking at it, because we couldn't get down there.
That's the same bull.
Yeah.
What a scene. Look at this scene.
Probably one of the prettiest sights I've ever seen hunting elk. The whole herd on the river bottom, and it looked like there was a cow that was either getting into estrus or in estrus already, and the bull was just dogging her. He was on her and he was chasing her, and he had that whole herd cruising through the bottom.
He's on that cow.
Listen to him. He's just ripping bugles.
Yeah. One cow must be in estrus.
Yeah, that's awesome. He's chasing hard. That's why he didn't come in, because he was chasing this cow.
This area has got to be one of the prettiest places I've ever been. I mean, it's a tough place to hunt, a really tough place to bow hunt. The elk are tough. We're in the Rocky Mountains, you know, in the northern Rocky Mountain range, and it's amazing, but it's a tough place to hunt.
Wow, that is so awesome. That was the best scene in the mountains I've seen in a long time. That's why you go bow hunting elk, to see things like that. I mean, that might have been the prettiest scene I've ever seen in the mountains in my life on an elk hunt like that. That was just gorgeous.
You know, you can go days without seeing anything, but the scenery really helps.
Wow, let's hang out here for half an hour.
When you're seeing mountains and rivers and beautiful scenery like we do here, then we're pretty fortunate and lucky, and it's an awesome spot.
This is beautiful.
Yeah, it's just like overwhelmingly crazy cool.
Just ahead,
And here comes this beautiful 310, a dream archery bull for me. It had no idea we were there. He walks right in front of me, broadside. It's picture perfect.
it's the final day of the hunt for Ryan. And his elk caller, Corey. Ryan has never successfully killed an elk. Today is his last chance.
My hat's off to all the guys that have been able to do it. I've been close so many times, but I just seem to get elk fever. I got elk fever. It's the only animal that gets me. I don't know what it is, but those elk, they get me. I go completely black when they come in.
The winds are shifting. Ryan and Corey must be mindful of their own scent.
Scent's going this way, 100%.
Corey uses a fine powder to make sure they are upwind of any elk. As Corey continues to call, an elk answers.
We had kind of located a bull with some calls.
He's in front of me.
I really underestimated Corey, I think, because as soon as he got that bull interested, he called it right in.
I start calling and I get this bull screaming, just absolutely screaming. Holy cat, dude, he's coming hard.
It was perfect scenario. Everything was perfect.
He's coming back.
And here comes this beautiful 310, like a dream bull, a dream archery bull for me. It had no idea we were there. He walks right in front of me, broadside. It's picture perfect. He was in the wide open, standing on the river. I draw back. I shoot.
All of a sudden, quiet. Where's the elk?
I missed. Flat out missed.
Walk towards Ryan and I look at him and he's shaking his head. What's the matter? He says, I missed. I said, what?
I'm like, you're dead. Except for I didn't know how far it is. I'm like, I don't know, is it 50 or 60? He's standing in a river.
I said, you didn't know the range? I said he had to have been pretty close because he seemed really close to me. I don't know what he was doing, but he didn't bring his rangefinder.
Yeah, totally. I hope that wasn't my chance.
I didn't have the rangefinder, didn't know the range. I mean, I thought for sure it was gonna be 60 yards.
This is your lifesaver sometimes, and you'll get that shot if you have this rangefinder, Ryan.
I just can't believe it.
I mean, I just made the wrong call in the yardage, that was it. Big time missed, beautiful bull elk, the one I've always wanted.
I was like that far above his back, man.
It happens. What do you do?
He was probably at 45, 40.
I guess that's how it goes for me a lot of the time. Next time I go elk hunting, I'm gonna take the Browning and the Vortex into the field, and I'm gonna get myself a bull elk. It's a little easier with the gun, so I might have to pick it up and give it a shot. Make sure you're ready on your hunt, always. And always, always bring your Vortex rangefinder, because if I had done that, I would have probably shot that elk and not have to go get my arrow, which is down in the water right there.
Good luck. Thanks, Corey. Maybe it'll like float this way.
I don't think so.
The elk black cloud. Every other animal, I don't know, seems to be falling over in front of me, but this one just doesn't want to fall over.
The Edge was brought to you by Cabela's and Bog Pod, Browning, Buck Expert, Caldwell, Field Torque Knives, High Mountain Seasonings, HowToHunt.com, Hornady, Prime Archery, Polaris, 10-Point Crossbows, Wild Game Innovations Trail Cameras, and Vortex.